So I was just wondering, as we were talking to a lot of people, how do you think organizations are going to differentiate themselves in a digitally pervasive world?
Yeah, so over at Looker, we have a pretty deep-rooted philosophy, obviously being an analytics product, that data is going to be the thing that differentiates folks in a digitally pervasive world, but not necessarily what data they have, but how they're going to use that data. We think there's a few tenets to that, right? Obviously, there's a technology tenet to that. There's a departmental and kind of value tenet to that. But there's also going to be a new revolutionary way to use that, right? And we see the ones that are succeeding with this data in a digital world are the ones that are using this most effectively and empowering their people to use that data and analytics the most effectively as well.
That's awesome. So essentially, organizations that are going to be intelligent with the use of data and analytics are the ones that are going to differentiate themselves and succeed. Would that be a right way to put that?
Yeah, so we see three key trends there from an industry perspective, where the ones that are going to, I think, differentiate in being an intelligent enterprise or become an intelligent enterprise are going to have a really good interpretation and understanding of these trends. So first is the proliferation of data, right? Whether it's SaaS data, application data, machine data, that is going to, that's obviously continuously expanding, and that's going to be ever present, right? So how are they going to store and manage that? The second trend we see is on cloud and data technology. There's a true revolution happening right now that's been different since the first generation of BI and analytics, of how you can actually leverage, store, and get access to this information that you couldn't before. Across clouds, across on-premise, across a whole bunch of new categories and a whole bunch of new things that never really existed before. And lastly, it's a new data-hungry workforce, right? So everyone now knows they want data, they know how to use data, they want to go beyond a dashboard and a report, but they want to use it in ways that we might not have even realized yet, right? So you got to be very flexible in figuring out how you can meet that end consumer with the data when they want to use it.
So two interesting points that you brought out. One was around cloud. So cloud adoption is really going through the roof, if I may use the term. And we see that cloud is no longer used as an infrastructure for applications. It's being used to really drive transformation. So that's my question. That's my first trend that I picked up from what you said. Mm-hmm. The second trend you spoke about was on the data-hungry world, and the fact that you're moving away from just being a producer of reports and dashboards and serving the broader data-hungry world. So tell us a little more about both these trends, the cloud adoption and how that's a focus area for you at Looker. And the second, how are you really driving or pushing towards making data available to this data-hungry world?
Yeah, perfect. So first off, we think from a cloud standpoint, it's been categorized, I think, mainly from lift and shift from an infrastructure perspective, right? Or buying a SaaS application, right? We think that's really revolutionized the way you consume those apps or save cost on infrastructure. But what's really changed the way organizations run and that are going to kind of be competitively different or not with each other, we think is the data and analytics offerings that the cloud has brought to, right? The amount of data that you can store, the way you can analyze it and find value from it, and then the way you can deliver it to those end customers in that data-hungry workforce is a true differentiator of cloud versus some other, lower cost enterprise value aspects there. So secondly, what we think about how do you deliver this information to this data-hungry workforce? So Looker, we're a BI and analytics tool. Core differentiation of us is we're really focused on being more of a platform. So once you've made this cloud investment, we want to help you build a data experience for those end customers in whatever experience they would like. Right, so you could think about it as people still like reports and dashboards, so we have reports and dashboards and ad hoc exploration. But where we really see unique usage of data is getting the data into the hands of the daily tools that they use, right? So a sales team, getting Looker dynamically embedded into Salesforce that might be combined with a machine learning process behind the scenes to do some predictive sales and pipeline forecasting, all in the one UI they already use today, right? It could be collaboration with data and insights through our Slack integration or through our Jira integration, right? So bringing data into the hands of a product analyst or in the hands of anyone around the organization where they're talking, right? Not going to something different, right? Or it could be building custom applications. So building a data-driven application that could help a customer success team look at customer health scores and take action from that right away, or a digital marketing team go find insights and then actually go take action on those insights with their systems of action, right? So we think fundamentally it's all about these experiences across each different department and how they can get data into the things that they do rather than changing, their daily workflow, because that's, it's never been a success in the past.
No, absolutely. Putting data into action is what you are looking at.
Yep.
And that's something that we at Wipro are looking at as well. It's not good enough if you produce the insights, but if you don't make the insights actionable, well, then the insight is just an insight.
Yeah.
And embedding the insights into a process and making it actionable, and even automating the entire action based on the insight that's produced is something that we are very keenly investing in.
Yeah, so I would say that's a really perfect segue into saying, why do we think Wipro is the perfect global partner for us, right? Building these experiences are not out of the box, right? Every organization and their path to becoming an intelligent organization is going to be different, right? They're going to use different systems, they're going to have different cultures, different workflows, et cetera, right? We want to be a platform very similar to a cloud platform or a database platform, right? To where you can do whatever you need to do, right? So context is going to be super important, and the success or failure of these implementations is going to be on how well you've defined the context and the strategy and how well you've implemented it, right? And then brought it into adoption within the organization. And those are all things that we have to rely, and our global customers will rely on Wipro for versus just buying our technology and holding their breath.
We at Wipro have a very unique approach towards helping our customers becoming intelligent enterprises. And the way we do this is by helping them reimagine our processes. And the process reimagination initiative is not just done by mere process alone. We also intervene with the capabilities that we have around cognitive AI and mesh that with a whole process reimagination initiatives. And that brings in a very unique experience. And this is where we believe Looker has a great advantage, because the ability to not just create insights or glean insights out of data, but to make those insights actionable is something that's very unique in the market. And I haven't seen an organization other than Looker bring this capability to the bear. And that's why we are very excited about partnering with you. And what we also do as a part of the process reimagination bit is not just look at processes as an horizontal, but we bring our industry expertise to it as well. So whether it's a process that's specific to an industry like a banking, so you may think about a payment process, or you may think about a process around compliance, or when you think about retail, there could be processes around merchandise planning, or it could be a more horizontal process like HR or finance. Mm-hmm. We've got process templates that help us reimagine the process for a customer and help bring in the cognitive capabilities along with it. And that's how we make our customers intelligent. And that's why we're extremely excited about the Looker partnership. And our capabilities of the industry understanding that we have, and Looker's capability of the ability to make the insights actionable is something that I believe is going to be a game changer.
Couldn't say it any better. I think that perfectly summarizes the excitement that we have at Looker. Perfectly summarizes exactly where we see the value is going to come out from a Looker plus Wipro partnership for our customers, right? And bringing our customers into the next generation of an intelligent enterprise. So we really appreciate your partnership, the investment you've made with Looker, and pretty excited to see where it goes for the next few years.
Well, absolutely, same here. And I'm excited about the prospect that we have, and the great stuff that we can do together.